Hello everyone. Last year I made a video called The Top 10 Things the Bible Forbids Besides Homosexuality, where we covered some sexist and downright violent messages all within this book. However, the Bible isn't the only book out there with some questionable things in it, so in this video we're counting down the top 10 controversial Quran verses. Number 10. Dismemberment. If I was ever caught stealing something, I think I'd take prison over this. Verse 538 states, "As for the thief, both male and female cut off their hands." A pretty extreme punishment, don't you think? I mean, imagine if it was a child stealing candy. Should they have their hands cut off too? Also, if a thing like your car or money is taken, that can be returned or replaced. However, if your hands are taken, those are gone forever. How can a thief rehabilitate and change their ways then? Regardless of what I think though, some Muslims out there still practice this verse. Number 9. Women are ignorant. This part of the Quran is about witness testimony, and says that if there are not two men available to witness, then it should be a man and two women. Why two and not one? The main reason is that in case one of them forgets something, the other can remind her, implying that females are naturally forgetful. So, according to the Quran, men are more intelligent than women. Number 8. Women deserve less. Not only are women less intelligent in the Quran, they deserve less too. Verse 411 says that males inherit what is equal to the share of two females. So while the men get to relish in the majority of the money, the women only receive half as much. If it isn't obvious enough yet, gender equality is not popular in Islam. Number 7. Incest. Have you ever had the desire to get with your cousin? Well, if you follow the Quran, you're in luck. Verse 3350 states that the daughters of your aunts and uncles are lawful to you. And as you probably know, having offspring with your relatives can have some harmful consequences. Cousin marriages have been going on for generations, and as a result, many children are paying the price. Number 6. Slavery. Was getting with your cousin too hard for you? Don't worry, there's still hope. Verse 424 says that prohibited to you are all married women, except those your right hands possess. In case you don't know, the phrase what your right hands possess refers to slaves.
الحرة والحرة لازم بعقد زواج وهذا الجارية لا فقط يشتريها وخلاص كأنه يعني تزوجها.
Now, you might be asking yourself, wouldn't sex with a slave girl be rape? Yeah, it would be. Number 5. Pedophilia. This part of the Quran prescribes a waiting period for remarriage. Verse 65:4 states, "As for your women who have despaired of further menstruating, if you were in doubt, then their waiting period is 3 months, as well as those who have not yet menstruated." Not yet menstruated? Wouldn't that mean that...
حتى يمكن أن يعقد على فتاة عمرها سنة زمان مش 9 سنين ولا 7 سنين ولا 8 سنين.
Oh. Child marriages are quite common in countries like Yemen, Bangladesh, Afghanistan, and more. Heck, even the Prophet Muhammad married a 6-year-old girl named Aisha, and they consummated their marriage, aka had sex, when she was 9. People in Yemen have tried setting a minimum age for marriage, but sadly, everything they've tried has been overturned. Number 4. Domestic abuse. Is your wife misbehaving? Maybe she forgot to make dinner on time or iron your shirt? If so, the Quran has the perfect solution for you. Verse 434 says that good women are obedient to men, and if the man merely fears that she'll be defiant, he is entitled to beat her. So guys, if your girl's acting up, all you have to do is... Number 3. Polytheism. If any of you watching this video believe in more than one god, I'd recommend keeping it to yourself. Verse 9:5, aka the verse of the sword, commands Muslims to kill polytheists wherever they find them. However, they can go on their way as long as they repent their beliefs. You know, it kinda reminds me of the Inquisition. What a show, the Inquisition. Here we go. Because of verses like this one, polytheistic religions like the Hindus have been oppressed for centuries. Number 2. Apostasy.
What is the penalty for apostasy? What do you teach the children will happen to them if they give up the Muslim faith?
Well, let's bring the debate back into Britain.
What is the penalty for apostasy?
Verse 489 says that if people turn away from Islam, then seize them and kill them wherever you find them.
The consensus of all scholars that if a person changes his religion from Islam to any other religion, the punishment should be execution, death.
If it's an Islamic country, then the Sharia is very clear. Apostasy is dealt with the death penalty.
Thank you.
Not only that, but there are numerous other verses in the Quran that all imply death for leaving the faith, which is why many Muslims are terrified of leaving Islam.
لم يتركوا الردة، لو تركوا الردة ما كان هناك إسلام، كان انتهى الإسلام منذ وفاة الرسول عليه الصلاة والسلام، فالوقوف أمام الردة هو الذي أبقى الإسلام.
And finally, number 1, world domination. This may be one of the most terrifying messages in the Quran. Verse 929 orders Muslims to fight those who do not believe in Allah until they pay the tax and submit to Islam.
بقي أن يقود هذه الأرض الإسلام، والنبي صلى الله عليه وسلم أخبر بهذا، بشر بهذا بوضوح في عدد من أحاديثه صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم. فالقيادة الإسلامية قادمة، شاء من شاء وأبى من أبى، فلذلك ينبغي أن نكون نحن جنودا لهذه القيادة القادمة.
This man, Amjad Chowdhury, is their leader. He demands Islamic law, known as Sharia, to be the law of the land. Chowdhury's strategy is to pit Muslims against everyone else, to create tension.
If you've ever wondered why terrorist groups like ISIS feel it's their duty to attack non-Muslims, verses like this one are the reason why. Now, to clarify, I'm well aware that not all Muslims follow these verses, and I've met Muslims who are warm, friendly people. However, the truth is that the Quran has many dangerous and hateful messages in it, and we have the right to criticize those messages. Islam is far from being the religion of peace. My name's Nathan, and I'll see you next time.